Hey, what's up everybody? Today's video is all about how to get kids to cooperate and smile and look at you during a photo shoot. So if you're a mom with a camera or a professional photographer, this video is for you. Now let's roll that intro. Okay, I've got 5 tips for you on how to get kids to cooperate and smile and look at you during a photo shoot. So the first one is play games. There are tons of different games I play with kids. The first one I want to talk about is peekaboo. So for example, I was in a nursery
Where's Braxton? I can't find
and this place was filled with poinsettias everywhere.
Where'd you go?
And then he would like peek up in between all these poinsettias. So when his little head would come between the poinsettias and I'd say,
There you are!
I would take a picture with my camera and get these like beautiful smiling happy shots right in the middle of all these beautiful poinsettias.
I can't see you! Let me see your eyes! There you are!
Honestly, he wasn't that into this photo shoot when we first got there.
There he
So
is!
hiding, that kind of stuff, that's always a good tip for like toddlers and little kids. Another game I like to play is freeze tag. Now what I'll do is I'll have the kids walk towards me, and when I count to 3, I say freeze, and they have to stop, and then I'll snap their picture. But what I do is I take their picture all along the way. So you get like cute walking shots, as you can see here, and you get cute smiling ones, and then they think they're funny and they try to walk even when you don't say freeze, and it's just cute. And that's how I got all of these photos, and it worked really well for me. Another thing I'll do is if they're really distracted and I'm having a hard time getting them to look at me, I'll say, do you want to hear a secret? And it just kind of intrigues them and makes them look at my camera again. And it backfired recently. I'll show you here.
Braxton,
What?
you want to hear a secret?
No.
Sometimes it backfires.
But you should still try it because sometimes it works really well. Okay, my second tip is keep it positive. So no yelling. If you are a mom with a camera, stop yelling at your kids. It's not going to make them look happy and cute and excited in your pictures. They're going to be frustrated and mad just like you are. So they really feed off of what you're putting out. So if you're happy and excited and telling them what they're doing right, then they want to keep doing it and keep smiling for you.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, Brad, can you put your arm around your mama? Oh, that's perfect.
And most importantly, like, make good memories, make it fun while you're taking pictures, because then your kids will want to take pictures for you again, right? And you can just have photo shoots all the time. But if it's not fun and mom's always yelling, they don't want you to take their picture anymore. So when you say to your kids, like, hey, let's go take pictures, if they're all like, no, and they're like crying or upset, then you're probably doing something wrong and you need to change something. You need to make it more fun. You need to play some games. You need to encourage them more. You need to be happy. Because if mom's always happy and smiling and making it fun, then they want to take pictures all the time for you. And that means photo shoots all the time. And if you're a professional photographer, obviously this is super important. You want to create a good experience so that the parents will hire you again. Okay, the next one is find a location with less distractions. If you are in this beautiful, like, mall area and there's like cute shops everywhere, and like this one, you can see there's people walking, there's cars driving. If you were to hear the sound from this clip, I remember there were ladies laughing and I could hear this loud truck zooming by. And anyway, it was just so loud and there were so many noises going on that it would just be too distracting for little kids. So if you're shooting little kids, as a professional photographer, you might want to like advise them to find a less busy location. Or like when you're doing the kids by themselves, sneak away and find a more secluded area so you can get those portrait shots where they're paying attention. If it's your family, sometimes you just got to get the shot in the busy location. You may not get everyone looking, but it's worth a try, right? So I would say if you can though, and you're trying to like go get some nice family pictures, go and find a location that looks more like this. It's just an open field, there's no distractions, no other people, and then they can really be focused on you. Okay, the next one is ask questions. Give them prompts, say silly words. I like to ask questions about what they're interested in or how their favorite vacation was.
Yeah, we really sure.
Tell me about your favorite toy or favorite superhero. and then their faces just light up as they talk about stuff that they're interested in. But it's really important if you're taking pictures of people that you don't know very well, because this is how you build a relationship with them, and they remember you, and they want to let you take their picture again. You can also say funny things like when you're doing a whole family, like who has the stinkiest feet, or name one thing mom makes you eat that you don't like, or anyway, things like that that like just get the kids laughing. One thing I love to do with siblings is have them like be right next to each other and then say, when I count to 3, you're both gonna look at each other and make the silliest face. 1, 2, 3, and then they'll just look at each other and just bust up laughing because they just love the face that their sibling's making. I do this all the time with my boys, and that's how I get these shots, and it's so fun. And so you kind of like drag it out by being like, oh, that was so funny, and then they laugh harder because you think they're funny, and it just keeps going on and on and on. Another thing I like to do if the kids are distracted is I'll say, do I have a spider on my head, or do you have a spider on your head? Now this totally backfired last week with some little girls. Let me show you.
Oh, I was just teasing.
So clearly I have all boys, and it's a totally different game with girls. So be careful who you're doing this with. But when you're desperate and you need someone to look at you, you can say something like that to get their attention. Another thing you can do is let the kids move around and explore, especially like at the end of the shoot when they're getting bored and they're just not interested in getting their picture and sitting still for you anymore. Let them move around and explore and watch them. And I have to say, like, pictures like this are my favorite, and they're so great in between all the pose shots. So like pictures of these like little girls in the greenhouse when they were smelling the flowers, or my kids when they're like exploring the beach and looking for seashells. Like those pictures are so beautiful in between all the posed shots. It really helps tell a whole story when you look at all of the pictures together. And honestly, like those are the ones I always end up gravitating toward posting and using because I just love them so much because they're real moments. So I just think you don't want to miss out on doing stuff like this at a shoot, whether you're a professional photographer or you're a mom. Like, don't just go for those smiley photos. Like, let them explore and just shoot, and you'll just get these like natural smiles, and you know, they have like wonder in their eyes as they're exploring something new. I was with my son, he was totally over it, and then he suddenly was reinterested because we started exploring.
Time to go.
No.
Oh no, now you want to go this way? Okay, see, so when you find a new spot, a new area, a new game, suddenly they're re-interested. So that's a tip for you.
All right, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and bell button, and I'll see you in the next video.
Oh, I was just teasing.
There it is.